Hey everyone! Welcome to the Divorce Dispatcher, where we dive into the wildest, most unbelievable stories of divorce, breakups, and family drama. Stories that'll leave you speechless. Today we have the story of James.
James M. 34, W. 32. 11 years together. A marriage that had been solid, at least I thought so. A child. A life built on what I assumed was trust. But for the past 3 months, something felt off. I have ADHD, and if there's one thing my past relationships have taught me, it's how to recognize subtle changes, patterns, shifts in behavior. And in December, I started noticing them with my wife. At first, it was little things. The way she snapped at me over nothing, the defensiveness when I asked normal questions, the way she avoided eye contact just a little too long. Then came the phone situation. One night, I casually mentioned how our daughter had downloaded a bunch of games on her phone. She sighed, told me her phone was running low on memory, and that she'd paid for a cleaning app to clear things up. But something didn't add up. Those games? Still there. Nothing had been deleted. And when I checked, I saw something even weirder. Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, Text Plus, all gone. Completely wiped. She never mentioned deleting them. She wasn't the type to suddenly go off-grid. And that's when the gut feeling got worse. I started searching, and what I found made my stomach turn. Multiple email addresses I'd never seen before. Usernames I didn't recognize. Dating sites. Social media profiles I'd never heard of. I sat with it for a few days, watching her. Studying her. Not confronting. Just observing. I noticed the way she avoided talking about her phone. The way she seemed more distant yet at times, overly affectionate, as if compensating for something. And then, just as I was about to ask her directly, she gave me an excuse before I could even get the words out.
It's just my mom,
She said.
I've been dealing with a lot.
Her mom, who had made our lives hell for years. A true narcissist. A woman who had spent a decade trying to control her and sabotage our marriage. Sure, I believed her mother had caused stress, but something about this felt different. Something felt like a lie. Questions for the divorce dispatcher. Divorce dispatcher, my wife is acting weird. Deleting apps, and I found old dating site accounts. She keeps telling me it's nothing, but my gut says otherwise. Am I crazy for not believing her? And what about the fact that she hid a letter from me for 3 months and lied about it? Doesn't that prove she'd hide something bigger, like an affair?
Divorce Dispatcher is here, you rang. James, you're not crazy. You're seeing inconsistencies, and your wife is gaslighting you into thinking they don't exist. Deleting social media and dodging questions? That's not normal behavior for someone with nothing to hide. Hiding a letter for months? That's not protecting you from stress. That's controlling what you know. The truth is, when people lie about small things, they're capable of lying about much bigger ones. Trust isn't just about faith, it's about consistency. And right now, her story has more holes than a sinking boat. If you have to dig for the truth, then you already know she isn't telling it willingly. And if you can't trust her word anymore, then you have to ask yourself, what exactly are you holding on to?
Next, something bizarre happened. In mid-January, my wife did a complete 180. Suddenly, she wanted to work on our marriage. She became more affectionate, more engaged. We had more sex than we ever had in 11 years. Most men would see this as a win. I saw it as a red flag. Because cheating partners, they overcompensate when they feel guilty. And the more she tried to act like everything was fine, the more my gut screamed at me that it wasn't. So I started digging deeper. And what I found only made things worse. I found out that she was active on dating apps until 2020. She hadn't checked messages since 2017, but that's not the point. We moved in together in 2014. She was pregnant with our daughter. And yet she had been on those apps during our early relationship. Then there was the porn. Years ago, she had gone off on me when she found it on my phone. Made me feel like the worst man alive. Shamed me. But I found her search history. And it wasn't just casual viewing. She had paid subscriptions, and the biggest lie? She signed up for OnlyFans last August. When I asked her about it, she straight up lied to my face.
I don't even know what that is.
And that was it. That was the moment I stopped believing a single word she said. Questions for the divorce dispatcher. Divorce dispatcher, she lies every time I catch her. If she denies everything, even when I show proof, how do I even move forward? And if every conversation ends with her rewriting history, is this marriage already broken beyond repair?
Divorce dispatcher is here, you rang. James, this is classic gaslighting. She's making you question reality, twisting the truth to the point where you feel like you're the crazy one. The issue isn't just the cheating suspicion. The issue is trust is already gone. If someone refuses to acknowledge facts, even when presented with evidence, they are choosing to manipulate rather than be honest. Now, to your second question, can this marriage be saved? That depends on one thing: her willingness to be honest. If she refuses to acknowledge reality, then you're already in a dead marriage. You can't work through problems with someone who denies they even exist. So, James, if she won't admit the truth, can you ever really forgive her?
So here's the thing. I want to believe my wife. I want my family to stay together. But how do I trust someone who lies so easily? How do I move forward when every time I catch her in something, she acts like I'm crazy? I feel like I'm being robbed of the choice to fix things. Because if she won't even admit the truth, then
James, your gut is screaming at you for a reason. If a partner refuses to be honest, they are making the decision for you. You can't build trust on lies, and you can't move forward if she keeps rewriting the past. So, what would you do in James's shoes?
what would you do in James's shoes? Update. It's been a year and a half since I first suspected my wife was hiding something from me. A year and a half of lies, gaslighting, and emotional exhaustion. And now, I've finally made my decision. I'm filing for divorce. I tried. I gave her every opportunity to be honest. But every time I caught her in a lie, she found a new way to twist the truth. She denied, deflected, and rewrote history until I barely recognized the woman I had spent over a decade with. At first, I told myself I could live with the uncertainty. That maybe, if I stopped digging, I could pretend everything was fine. But that's not who I am. I couldn't ignore the pit in my stomach every time I looked at her. I couldn't pretend that the trust wasn't completely shattered. And then, a few months ago, I found something else. Another secret account. Another excuse. Another lie. That was it. That was the moment I knew this marriage was officially over. Questions for the divorce dispatcher. Divorce dispatcher, I've officially decided to file for divorce, but she still won't admit to anything. How do I navigate this process when she refuses to take responsibility? Also, what should I expect legally now that I'm starting the process? What are my rights? And what should I be careful about?
Divorce dispatcher is here, you rang. James, first off, congratulations. Not because divorce is easy, but because you're choosing your peace over her lies. Now let's break this down. She won't admit anything? That's fine. She doesn't have to. Divorce isn't about making her confess. It's about protecting yourself and moving forward. Don't waste energy trying to get her to own up to her actions. She never will. Legally, here's what you need to focus on. Financial assets. Make sure all joint accounts, debts, and property are documented. If she's been hiding things in your marriage, don't put it past her to try to hide assets now. Custody, if applicable. Your child is a major factor here. If you're fighting for custody, start keeping records of her behavior, spending, and anything that could impact parenting rights. Emotional manipulation. Expect her to flip the narrative. Cheaters, liars, and gaslighters often try to paint themselves as the victim when they realize they're losing control. James, this isn't just about leaving a marriage. It's about rebuilding your life without the constant fear of betrayal. Stay focused, stay strong, and remember, she lost you, not the other way around.
When I finally told her I was filing, she acted shocked. Like she didn't see this coming. Like she hadn't spent the past year and a half lying to my face.
You're really gonna throw everything away over paranoia?
She asked. I laughed. Paranoia. That's what she still called it. I showed her everything again. The secret accounts, the deleted messages, the dating profiles. Her response? Denial. Then anger. Then tears.
I can't believe you're doing this.
She said, flipping the blame on me like she always did.
After everything we've been through.
And that's when it hit me. She wasn't upset about losing me. She was upset about losing control. Final questions for the divorce dispatcher. Divorce dispatcher, she's trying to guilt trip me now that she realizes I'm serious. How do I handle this emotional manipulation and stay firm in my decision? And lastly, what should my next steps be to protect myself in the divorce process?
Divorce dispatcher is here, you rang. James, stand your ground. Her guilt trips are nothing more than last-ditch attempts to manipulate you into staying. Here's how you handle it. Set clear boundaries. She's going to try every emotional trick in the book. Don't fall for it. Keep communication minimal and stick to the legal process. Don't engage in fights. She wants a reaction. She wants to drag you into arguments where she can twist your words. Don't give her that power. Legally protect yourself. Get a lawyer if you haven't already. Document everything. Texts, emails, conversations. Don't leave the marital home without consulting legal advice. It could impact property division. James, you're making the right choice. You deserve honesty, respect, and a partner who values you. She had every chance to come clean. Divorce dispatcher, signing off. You rant, I dispatch. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Your support means a lot, and we love hearing from you in the comments. Until next time, take care. Divorce